Hey guys, BreakWizard59 here and welcome back to a brand new video. And today I'm super excited to bring you my custom LEGO Star Wars Venator class Star Destroyer. Now this is a build I've been working on for about over a month and I'm so happy to see it finally completed. So this build easily consists of over 1600 LEGO parts, and this is considered to be kind of a playset slash mid-sized version of the Star Destroyer. So it's definitely not a UCS one, it's a more detailed version of a playset. In terms of scale, you can see we have a few minifigures over there. I believe it is about 1.3, 1.4 times the size of the Venator class Star Destroyer set from 2009. So that gives you a bit of a scale for the build. Now, when building this, I wanted to make it as detailed as possible. So I ended up using quite a few techniques actually from the newest UCS Star Destroyer in the overall build. And so in this video, we're going to go ahead and take a complete look at the build. And yes, of course, it does have an interior. So we're going to take a look at the exterior first and then jump into the interior. So without further ado, let's go and get started and take a look at this awesome build right now. Alright, so let's go ahead and start off with the exterior of the build. Now, one of the big things I wanted was to make the exterior as detailed as possible, and so I ended up doing that using plates and tiles. So I thought that the combination of both would make it, a lot more detailed, would kind of give it a nice greebled type of look, so I'm really happy with how it's turned out. You can see all throughout here, so you have, variety of different tiles and modified plates, but then there's studs showing as well. So, combining those together, I'm just really happy with that design. So let's go ahead and start off taking a look at the front. Alright, so let's go ahead and start off here taking a look at the kind of main hull of the ship. So of course you have the famous red stripe which goes all the way to the back. And if you've seen the build a vehicle in universe, you know the red stripe isn't just a straight rectangle. It kind of angles outwards as it goes towards the back. And that was done using these kind of wedge plates after every certain number of plates. In terms of the sides here, you can see we have a look at the kind of detailing, a lot of greebling effect using the tiles and plates. And then of course you have the two emblems. So those were made using the kind of, I believe they're the curved, modified curved tiles. And those were in dark red, and then in the middle I ended up adding some smaller ones in tan. So that was a lot better. At first I was going to go ahead and just have a sticker for the emblem, but I decided that this would actually make it pop out a bit more and color wise kind of match with the Lego parts. So I think it looks terrific. Here you can see in the back you have some more detailing there that is kind of similar to what is seen in universe, where there's a small kind of indent behind the emblem with some extra detailing. And then again, here you have the two guns on the side, which leads to some more greebling over there. Alright, and here on the side you can see we have some more greebling here, which kind of adds some nice little detailing to the build. And then of course the two twin blasters here on the front. So now let's go ahead and move on to the back section and the bridge. Alright, and moving along to the back here, you can see the detailing kind of continues with the studs and tiles. And then you of course have your 5 stripes on each side in dark red. And then here we have our 4 sets of twin turbo lasers. Now these were actually pretty cool because I ended up taking this design pretty much straight from the UCS Star Destroyer from 2019. And I'm really happy with how it's turned out. So you can see that design is pretty much identical, and actually I really love the design. It definitely adds quite a bit to it. So we again have 4 turbo lasers there, and then you can see a better look at some of that detailing as well as the main hangar bay doors and some greebling in the back. Now here we have a look at the bridge. So this was pretty fun to make. So you could see it's a variety of different slopes of different sizes that lead up to the main bridge. So the two bridge pieces are both pretty much identical. You could see some nice detailing along the top as well as the blue, which represents the interior. So there's a look at that, and now let's go ahead and take a look at the back. Alright, and here's a look at the detailing on the back. So we got the engines here in the back. We got two of the larger ones over here, two smaller ones, and that's exactly identical on the other side. Then you can have this larger section that sticks out from the back, mainly using just a lot of bricks, so it's quite plain, but it definitely gets the job done. And then here's a kind of a better look at the bridge. You can see some of the more of the detailing on the side. So there's a look at that. And then again, you can get a better look at some of the greebling here in the side here. So you can have those two large hangar bay doors, one on each side. And then just some more greebling across the side. But anyways, there's a look at the exterior. And now let's go ahead and move in to the interior. Alright, so if you're wondering how exactly do you access the interior? Well, it's pretty straightforward actually. So for one, you have the bridge piece here, which just pops off like so. So you can see it's right attached on those small sections of tiles. Then each of these panels, after lifting off these two tiles here, can be lifted off as well, like so. So each of these panels can be lifted off, and then this whole front section opens up. And there's a look at that. So again, as you can see here, these parts were connected using Technic pins to the larger area over there. So you just pull them out on each side, and then this whole section would lift up to reveal the interior, which we'll take a look at now. Alright, so here we have a look at the interior. So it's split into three main sections. In the back we have the prison room and the armory. Then we have the communication center. And finally in the front we have the bridge, which we'll start off looking at first. Alright, so here's a bridge and the communication center. So starting off the bridge, you of course have your main pathway, which goes all the way to the back. On each side you have two sets of computers here, each with some nice detailing on the 1x2 slopes. And then you have 4 seats for your pilots. Then in terms of the main bridge, you do have some more detailing on the side. So there's a look at that. Again, space was a bit limited, so there wasn't too much detail, but I'm pretty happy with how it's turned out. Alright, so here you have the communication center, which is directly behind the bridge and universe. So straight in the middle, you have kind of your hologram projector with Anakin and Rex looking on. Then on each side, you have these kind of panels. Those are supposed to also represent these kind of hologram these type of kind of holograms where you can kind of map out kind of a battle. Not exactly sure of the term for those, but if you've seen any of the Clone Wars, you know that those are kind of on each side of the hologram projector. And then finally, at the very back, you have some computer panels with some seats, so that's kind of where you can put your clones or your clone officers. And then you have a couple more panels which are actually for the door, which should be right behind Anakin. And then finally, here we have a look at the armory and prison area. So the armory has some nice detailing with some blasters. We have about 12 over there. And then you can see what is facing that way is your helmet rack. So we can go ahead and remove that here. So it's pretty straightforward here, quite simple actually. So we got 4 clone helmets. Again, nothing too crazy there. And then on the other side, this is where your prison area is. So the prison area, you can see you have 2 cells over here. And I ended up making kind of the lightsaber pieces to make the ray shield that is supposed to kind of be the door of the prison. And then you have kind of a few computer panels over there. So there is a look at the interior. Again, not too much detailing as it was definitely space limited. So there is the interior of the Venator. Alright, but anyways, there you go. So there was a look at my LEGO Star Wars Venator class Star Destroyer MOC. So overall, this was such a fun project and I've really enjoyed this build. So if you enjoyed it as well, a thumbs up would be great. Do not forget to subscribe and stay tuned for more MOCs and custom builds coming in the future. So this is BrickWizard59 and I'll see you all next time.